Hello, my amazing artist. In this video, we will be making our own Andy Warhol inspired soup cans. So to begin, I'm going to draw with a pencil, and I'm going to draw a very squished oval at the top. And as you can tell, I am drawing light until I get it right. Then draw an oval on the inside of that and draw one more. So I've drawn 3 ovals so far. And of course, after I've drawn it and I like the shape, I can draw my lines a little darker. Okay, now on the sides, I'm going to use a ruler to help me draw a straight line. You can choose how big you want your soup can to be. I am making mine 8 inches. So decide the height that you want and then make sure that the left side and the right side are the same height. Okay, now on the bottom, to make this look like a soup can, which is a cylinder, I'm going to draw a curved line, kind of like a little smiley face, and that's going to create the form of a cylinder. I'm just drawing a few more of these curved lines also, which is going to be my label, and a circle in the middle, which is where I'm going to write my label and my own design for the soup can. These are optional, but if you'd like to follow along, please do so. And then it's your turn. You can create whatever type of soup can label that you want. I want mine to be something related to arts, so I'm going to call this the Artsy Creations. Have fun with this. You can create it something that you really love, maybe one of your hobbies or your passions, or maybe you want to invent a flavor of soup or a style that you think would be yummy to try. Totally up to you, but think how you can show your personality, things that you love, that you like, things that make you who you are and special and unique on this label. And then I'm going to just draw a straight horizontal line, and that's going to be the table that the soup can's sitting on. Okay, then go over all of your pencil lines with a Sharpie. Now it's important to use a Sharpie because we will be adding some water on top of this in just a little bit. Okay, now I had some pencil lines that were showing, so I'm simply just erasing the pencil lines. And now here's the fun part. We're going to use the color wheel. We're going to focus on warm colors, which are red, oranges, and yellows. And then your cool colors are your greens, blues, and purples. So decide, do you want your soup can to be warm colors and your background to be cool? Or do you want the opposite? Now I want my soup can to be warm colors. So I'm choosing red, orange, yellow. And now I'm going to start coloring and decorating my soup can design. Now I'm using markers and crayons, and there's a reason for this. So before you start decorating, watch what I'm doing and then it will be your turn. So I'm using marker, which is water soluble, and that means that if I add water on top of the marker, it will actually cause the marker to spread and act like paint, like a watercolor. That's because the marker is water soluble and it has pigment in it. So when water is on top of the marker, it's going to start moving around, acting like a watercolor. So one little strategy I'm going to try is outlining different areas with my marker and then coloring parts of those sections with my crayon. Now I'm actually going to fast forward here so you can see what I'm talking about. So with my crayon, I didn't color in the section completely. I left some of the white paper showing, and that is on purpose. You will see in just a little here that wherever the marker is, when I put water on top, the marker will start to move and act like a watercolor. but the crayon will actually not move, and that is because the wax in the crayon resist the water. They don't get along, so it's not going to move, it's not going to be affected. So for the background, I'm going to repeat the same technique, but instead of using warm colors, I'm using cool colors. So I'm using a blue, a purple, and a green. Now you can do yours opposite of mine. You could have your soup can be the cool colors and the background your warm colors, or you can do something similar to what I'm doing. But I do recommend leaving some of the white paper showing so that when we add the water, like I'm gonna do here, just adding some water with my paintbrush. Okay, look, the marker is starting to bleed. That means it's starting to move and spread to other areas. But where the crayon is, it's not going to get affected. That wax that's in the crayon resists the water, and it makes the crayon just stay where it is. So it's pretty cool to see the difference here of how the water affects the marker and how it affects the crayon. So for this week, you can choose to keep your drawing like this with the marker and crayon, or experiment and see how you can add water to create your very own watercolor resist. Either way, I hope you have fun, take chances, and stay curious.